Today, we're diving into a major, highly sensitive story that's setting both Nigeria and the world stage on fire. The US government has effectively confirmed Nigerian President Bola Tinubu's alleged status as a CIA asset, while also stating that Nigerians do not have the right to unrestricted access to his past records, even if they include alleged criminal investigations. This shocking revelation has sparked intense debate about transparency, sovereignty, and the complex dynamics between Nigeria and the United States. Let's break down this developing story, the historical context, and the implications for Nigeria's future.
All right, guys, I saw the write-up of David Udein yesterday, narrating what transpired in court. All right, I was too busy to do a video on it, but today I've been seeing videos trending online, that did an elaborate, dictates on it. So I'm going to be bringing the video to you in a short while. Now, in that video, I recall that last year, 2023, David Udein filed a case in US courts, you understand, where he requested for CIA, FBI to bring out dictates, you understand, the criminal record of T-Pain Pablo Escobar, aka TifNubu. Okay. Now they delayed it, it was declined. Now there was hearing yesterday at court. Guess what the CIA said in collaboration with FBI and the rest? They said they cannot release Nigeria President, T-Pain. They cannot release his past record because it's an asset to them. Asset. Some of you may have seen it. If you have not seen it, Google it right where you are. It's an asset. Guys, do you know what that means? CIA, the right thing, CIA, Criminal Investigating Something Agency of America. You understand? Yeah. Now, FBI, we know Federal Bureau, we know what FBI, you understand? They say it's an asset. So they don't confirm to us, say, man, this guy, actually, he don't get any criminal record with them. He don't do that drug level with them. You understand? He don't do them. But he's an asset. Do you know what that means as an asset? One, he's an asset to us. In other words, indeed, he did the information you want to get. He has done it, you understand? And even more. But we cannot release his record because it's an asset. Which means they can... Okay, let's put Tinubu aside. When you are an asset set now, you understand, to such an agency, such country, what power, you understand? They say you're an asset. Do you know what that means? In other words, they can use you to fulfill any of their agenda. They can use you to do anything they want. Like the person of Tinubu now, being the president of the largest black nation on earth. They can use him to do anything they want. If we say go here, you go. If he doesn't go, they will expose. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now they use her against her like blackmail. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Who is going to cause a lot of catastrophe to T-Pain? That's what they mean by it's an asset to them. If you want it, maybe China want to do this thing, Africa, whatever, we can use it. Remember in January, the last year, during the when Niger took over, they instructed, if you remember, that Niger TB to use our Niger soldier to go and fight Niger. They caused the issue. So when I did a lot of elaborate video on it, you understand, a lot of video, and I did say that these guys don't love us. They are not interested in us. What they are interested in is what is under our soil. Niger, these are like our three brothers. They caused a confusion. It was after our outcry that T-Pain that's not chicken out, you understand, for going against Niger. But guess what? As it stands now, the issue is still there. They are no longer in good term. As I speak, Niger closed their airspace against Niger. Normally, when you want to go to Europe from Niger, you have to pass through Niger, but now you have to take a long journey. Are you guys understanding me? So now you see the influence. Please, this video I'm about to show you is very interesting. Just patient. You see now that these people now, they be our enemy. Now our enemy they be when they wish the worst over us in order to keep us down. Obama made sure he stole Buhari, made sure Buhari APC come to power when we are the best, having the best economy in Africa. Where are we today? It's not go better for these people. Are you guys understanding? Peter Obi also came out to say that some powers struck a deal with him before the election, and he said to them I should do this against my country? He refused. Why? Anyway, let me stop here. Please, as you watch this video I'm about to show you, if you not know you not be enemy of Nigeria, just like it, because you're likely to make this Facebook to and YouTube to share it. Please just start sharing it. Be sharing it. And please, for more videos like this, follow me on YouTube. Holy Ghost Son Facebook, Holy Ghost Son on YouTube. On YouTube, you write Holy Ghost Son, the Son attached to the Holy Ghost. You understand? On YouTube. Follow me on YouTube as well. God bless you. Let's watch the video together now.
Today, we're diving into a major highly sensitive story that's setting both Nigeria and the world stage on fire. The US government has effectively confirmed Nigerian President Bola Tinubu's alleged status as a CIA asset, while also stating that Nigerians do not have the right to unrestricted access to his past records, even if they include alleged criminal investigations. This shocking revelation has sparked intense debate about transparency, sovereignty, and the complex dynamics between Nigeria and the United States. Let's break down this developing story, the historical context, and the implications for Nigeria's future. Background: why Nigerians are demanding Tinubu's records. For those new to this story, let's start with some background. This controversy began when Nigerian investigative journalist David Hundeyin filed for access to President Bola Tinubu's past records in the US over the past year. Hundeyin believes these records contain potentially explosive details about Tinubu's past, including an alleged drug trafficking investigation involving US law enforcement agencies. Hundeyin and his team have been seeking to uncover these records under the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, arguing that Nigerians deserve transparency about their leaders' history and character. However, despite legal efforts, an emergency application to speed up the release of these documents was rejected last year by a US court. Now, in a new legal filing, the CIA, FBI, and DEA have argued strongly for keeping much of Tinubu's records classified, claiming that disclosing them would have serious implications for US national security. This stance has left many Nigerians questioning the extent of US involvement and influence in Nigerian politics and asking, why can't we know the truth about our own president? What the US government is saying, Tinubu as a CIA asset. One of the most surprising elements in the recent court filing is a statement from the CIA, which indirectly confirmed that Tinubu is considered a human asset, someone who has provided intelligence to the CIA. This means that Tinubu, now president of Nigeria, was at some point a valuable informant to American intelligence. The court document reads, and I quote, "Human sources can be expected to furnish information to the CIA only when they are confident the CIA can and will do everything in its power to prevent the public disclosure of their cooperation." This implies that the CIA believes revealing Tinubu's past cooperation could have dangerous repercussions for him and potentially even his family. The US argues that confirming such information would put their intelligence processes and sources at risk and even threaten national security. The DEA's position: Nigerians have no right to know. In addition to the CIA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, also joined the filing, specifically defending the confidentiality of Tinubu's past. The DEA claims that while Nigerians may have a right to transparency in government, they do not have the right to know their president's personal history. This stance, that citizens do not need full access to the background of their highest leader, has ignited widespread anger across Nigeria. Journalist David Hundeyin, who is leading this transparency campaign, expressed his dismay, saying that the DEA's statement reveals how far the US will go to protect certain individuals in high office, even at the expense of African nations. He tweeted, "This says everything about the role the US government plays in ensuring African nations remain destabilized and led by individuals who perpetuate poverty and inequality." For Hundeyin and many Nigerians, this isn't just a fight for information. It's a fight against the perception that foreign governments prioritize their own interests over African self-determination. Implications for Nigeria: sovereignty, transparency, and accountability. This issue goes beyond President Tinubu's personal history. For many Nigerians, it highlights broader concerns about national sovereignty. If a sitting Nigerian president's history can be shielded by another government, it raises the uncomfortable question of who ultimately wields influence over Nigeria's leaders. In a democracy, citizens are supposed to have the right to know about their leaders and hold them accountable. Yet, in this case, the DEA's assertion that Nigerians have no right to know about their president's past could undermine trust in the government and foster public disillusionment. This case emphasizes how secrecy and foreign interests can complicate democratic values, especially in countries where citizens already struggle with access to accurate information about their leaders. U.S.-Africa relations, the power dynamics at play. This case is also a wake-up call for other African nations about the complex power dynamics at play with the United States. Many African nations have long histories of foreign influence affecting their governance, economies, and social structures. This filing, suggesting that the U.S. has a say over the transparency of an African president's background, reminds us that these dynamics are alive and well today. For some, this is an example of the U.S. exerting undue influence on Africa's leadership. For others, it raises the need for African nations to cultivate independent, transparent leadership. Why Nigerians want answers. It's important to note that Nigerian citizens' demand for transparency stems from a deep-rooted desire for accountability, given the long-standing issues with corruption and lack of trust in government. Hundeyin and others argue that for Nigeria to progress, it is essential that citizens have unrestricted access to their leaders' histories, especially those involving past allegations of criminality. This pursuit of transparency is not just about TifNubu. It's a movement to prevent future leaders from hiding behind political or international shields and to strengthen Nigeria's democratic foundations. The bigger picture, the right to know, and the future of Nigerian democracy. This story speaks to a larger global issue: who truly has the right to control information about leaders who hold public office, and how do governments balance security with transparency? In this case, the U.S. government is making it clear that it will protect its interests, even if that means keeping Nigerians in the dark about their own president's past. This development has sparked outrage among many Nigerians, who are questioning how they can hold their leaders accountable if crucial information is withheld. Some fear that if they are unable to access this type of information now, it sets a troubling precedent for future leaders who may use similar protections to shield themselves from accountability. Final thoughts. In closing, this issue is a stark reminder of the delicate balance between national security and the public's right to know. It underscores the struggle many African countries face in achieving true sovereignty and transparency in governance. As Nigerians grapple with the implications of TifNubu's alleged CIA ties, the need for clear answers becomes even more pressing. Citizens are left asking, how can Nigeria move forward as a fully independent, transparent democracy if foreign governments control access to vital information about its leaders? Thank you for watching IDUM News. If you found this discussion insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.